This morning I'm speaking with attorney Carlos Stecco from the firm Stecco & Ward. And Carlos is a lawyer who represents people in nursing home negligence and medical malpractice cases. Good morning, Carlos.
Good morning, Carl.
Tell me a little bit about Stecco & Ward and how you operate.
Well, Stecco & Ward is a partnership, myself and Roxanne Ward, and we are both former defense attorneys, and we formed the partnership to represent individuals and families where patients and loved ones are injured as a result of medical negligence and nursing home negligence of various types, which we can get into in a little bit.
Well, I want to focus on this nursing home negligence. You know, with the baby boomers retiring, they have their parents in that unfortunate situation of needing long-term care. People are living longer these days, and nursing homes are typically the way that people engage in long-term care. Tell me about how you help those people, maybe a typical scenario of how you would get involved with helping people who have their parents or the people who are in long-term care themselves.
Sure. And typically, it's family members that come to us for assistance with loved ones in a nursing home or a rehabilitation facility, and they have questions about the care that their loved one's receiving. And that can range from bed sores, which are called decubitus ulcers, dehydration issues, amputation issues, and neglect. And so they need help in addressing what they feel is negligent care. And we meet with the family, we gather medical records, and we investigate all of those issues.
Okay. When people contact you, are they very clear and focused about what they have? Do they even know if they have a case? I mean, sometimes this can be, I would imagine this could be difficult.
Absolutely, yeah. Most of the time people aren't really sure if they have a case, and that's why they're seeking legal counsel to assist them with that. And so we, as I said earlier, we order the medical records, we review them along with healthcare providers that we have on staff. We review the records and determine if there is a case. And actually, Carl, we also help the families because if there isn't a case, we can at least let the family know what's happened. And it may not be due to negligence, but it gives the family peace of mind in that regard.
So that information actually gives them a little bit of closure when it comes to seeking legal help with this, or at least about what to do.
Right, that's correct. And on the other hand, if there is a case, we assist them in providing for their family member. Usually that person has been either severely injured or unfortunately has passed away. And so, again, the only form of compensation we have in our system is civil, and that means financial compensation. And that's what we do for the family members. We assist them in pursuing financial compensation.
Well, sure. And unfortunately, that doesn't necessarily make up for emotional loss and things like that. But, I mean, it is the way our system works. Give me a typical example of a medical malpractice, maybe the most common types of cases that you see.
Sure. We see a lot of surgical errors, and we see a lot of cases involving failure to diagnose cancer and a lot of birth injuries. So that's not to say that's all we see, of course, but that seems to be the majority of the cases that we're seeing lately. And there's no specific reason for that, but those are the calls that we get and the types of calls that we investigate. Okay.
Why would I come to you as opposed to any other medical malpractice firm? What is your value proposition, that makes you different?
Well, the background that my partner and I bring to the table is one of former insurance representatives, but both of us worked for the state of Maryland's largest medical malpractice insurer, and we deal with them all the time now, so we know what their tactics are, what their strategies are. We both have also worked as defense attorneys representing physicians, hospitals, nursing homes, and nurses as well. So what we bring to the table is knowing what the strategies are, what the tactics are, having essentially the other side's game plan and how they will probably pursue the case, which helps us evaluate the case and move the case to resolution, hopefully.
So the fact is that you've been in both camps and that you bring an insider's knowledge to what your adversaries are up to or what their typical approach may be, and that if I'm a consumer, I'm thinking that increases the likelihood that you are going to satisfy my needs.
Absolutely. I mean, it definitely helps. For example, I also worked in a hospital setting, one of the world's most renowned hospitals, actually, in Baltimore. Worked in the legal department for several years. So when we have cases against a facility like that, again, it helps us facilitate resolution of the case, because our goal is to resolve these cases for our clients as soon as we can, and for an amount that will fairly compensate them. Now, if we have to go to trial, that's fine. That's what we do. We're trial attorneys. But the goal is to try to resolve it before ever having to go down the path of litigation, because that increases time, money, and heartache, because everyone has to go through it all over again, unfortunately.
Sure. And obviously you must be talking about Johns Hopkins when you speak about one of the world's renowned hospitals in the Baltimore area.
Correct. Yes, I worked there for several years. Correct.
Well, that brings us certainly a wealth of experience. I mean, everybody's heard of Hopkins. Well, I appreciate the time you've given us. I think we have a little bit of more of an oversight as to what you do and to how you help people, again, with the nursing home negligence and the medical malpractice cases. I hope we get a chance to talk again.
Same here. Thank you, Carl.
Okay. What would be the best way for people to reach you?
Yes. At the end of this video, all of our contact information will be there, including our toll-free number, phone number, and website.
Fantastic. Thank you, Carlos. You have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you.